Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about issue about the engine of a car. So recently I faced some problem with my engine and the engine was almost going to melt. So I will explain to you the problem that I faced and how we can solve it. Especially if you are a new car owner, this kind of problems will happen because we don't know how to maintain the engine of our car, and the mechanics will never tell you how it should be done. Please watch this video and I will explain to you the problem that I faced. Before I tell you the problem, let me show you the dashboard of my car. So here you will see different dials, and the one dial which is on the left side, which is this one, and here you can see it's written H and the red mark is there, and then right now the dial is on this side. This tells you the temperature of your engine. So if the dial is in the middle, so while you are running your car, the dial will be in the middle, and that is a safe position. But if the dial goes up towards the red, then it is not safe, and it is important that you do something to save your engine. Or you can just stop the car and let the engine cool down, but just stopping and cooling down will not solve the problem, because once you start the engine again, the same problem will happen. That means the dial indicator will go up and it will cross the middle point and almost coming close to the red. So this is very, very dangerous. So if the dial is at the middle and it continues to be at the middle, that is fine. But if the dial goes little up, then immediately you should stop the car and do something about it. So today I will explain to you the problem. So let's go and let's see the bonnet. So this is the bonnet here, and you can see, let me just put this one. Okay, so here you can see that this is the engine part, and this is the tank of the coolant, and this is the pipe through which the coolant flows. So coolant comes here. First of all, the coolant is already stored in the engine body. Outside the engine body, the coolant circulates in its own flow, and the hot coolant will come, and then it goes through the radiator and gets cooled down, again it goes back, and this tank keeps extra additional coolant which gets sucked into here. So here I will open this one. So now you can see that this is the coolant. This is the green coolant that your engine needs, and this level indicates that the coolant level is good in the engine, and right now there is no problem. Then we can have a look at this tank. So in the tank you can see that the level of the coolant has gone down. Here you can see, ideally it should be at this level, but now the level is here. That means almost half of what it should have. but right now it's fine because we can see that coolant is in the circulation and some coolant is here. So this is the kind of situation. Ideally I should keep the coolant at this level. So now let me just put them back. You should close this very nicely because otherwise once the coolant gets hot it will come out of this. Okay, so now the problem. So I will tell you about the problem, what happened. So I was going on a long drive and the coolant level was much lower, and as I told you that I was not aware of this issue which can occur in your car. So the coolant level was very low and ultimately actually the coolant almost dried off and I continued to drive the car. So in this situation what will happen, the engine will get very, very hot, extremely hot, and there is a possibility that your piston and the cylinder may get jammed because the engine almost comes close to the melting point because your engine is made of aluminum alloy. So this can get molten and the temperature inside the engine is very, very high. So it is very important that your coolant level is good so that your engine remains cool. It doesn't get very hot. So once it gets hot, the whole thing will nearly burn. So that means you will lose your engine if you run your car without the coolant. And this is what happened to me. So basically I was still running the car thinking that the problem could have been somewhere else, but actually I did not come and check the coolant. So basically the engine almost melted, and this is the gasket in the engine which was damaged. So basically once basically the car actually at some point it stopped. It did not I could not switch it on again, and I called the mechanics, and then the mechanics checked and he explained to me what was the problem. But still I had to figure out how I can maintain this situation that my car doesn't get super hot. So at that point actually the vapor was just coming out of this tube, and engine was extremely hot. So well, immediately we filled the coolant, and later I also got this gasket changed which is here in the engine because that got damaged. Luckily the engine was not damaged. So the engine was still running, but I remember in one case one of my student actually showed me the engine, the cylinder and the piston, how they got jammed. Basically they melted. So it is same situation if there is a fire and if I have got a pan which can be aluminum or even steel, and if I put this pan on fire, it is eventually going to melt. Quite soon it's going to melt. But same pan, if I have got water inside and if I put it on fire, I can leave it and I'm pretty much sure that this pan is not going to melt until the water itself gets evaporated completely. So this is exactly what happens in the case of IC engines or any kind of internal combustion engines, that the coolant actually protects the metal part, and the engine is made of metals, generally aluminum alloy. So even though this metal is facing very high temperature from the flame, as you can see, but because it has water inside, this metal will not melt because there will be efficient heat transfer from one side of the metal surface to the other, and the heat will get transferred into water, which will basically heat up and boil. So until all the water inside this pan is completely evaporated, this metal is safe. So now if you are on a long drive and you realize that you don't have enough coolant, so another option is that you open this one. Please don't open this one when the engine is hot, because this is not safe. So this tank can be opened and you just put water here. You fill water up to this level. You can use distilled water if you can buy distilled water, or in a worst case scenario you can just add any water you have, and you run your car at lower speed. Don't go beyond 40 or 45, and keep watching the indicator of temperature. If the temperature goes beyond the middle point, just stop the car. Again, come and fill the tank with water, and this way you can continue your drive until you come to a car mechanics where you can get everything checked. And also you should always use the coolant, which I have used here, which is in the green color, because this coolant has, in addition to water, it has many other things which protects your engine from corrosion, because under high temperature the engine will get corroded, so it protects against corrosion. So in the worst case scenario you can use water, but then immediately you replace it. You can replace the water with the actual coolant. So this is extremely important, and this is something that your car mechanics will not tell you, because often he may think that if you can solve the problem, then you will not come to him. Another thing important for us to know is when your car is getting hot, then the first thing that will happen is your AC will stop working. So if the AC stops working, that's an indicator that the engine is getting hot, and therefore we should do something about it. Of course, in modern cars it has got all the indicators, and there is automatic stop, so engine will stop automatically if it gets hot. But I'm talking about a car which is about 6-7 years old. So now I will switch on the car, so you can see the indicator for the temperature, which is on the C. That means it's cool now. And the indicator is still at C, but once I start driving, the indicator will go up, and it may not go all the way to the middle because I'm not driving on the highway, but it will increase, the temperature will increase. So now I have driven the car for about 5 minutes, and you can see that the indicator has gone little bit up, but still it is not in the middle. So I drove only 5 minutes at slower speed, but once you go on a highway or when you are driving the car for quite some time, you will see that the indicator goes up to the middle. So in this video I have explained to you the problem with engine with respect to cooling, how we should maintain the engine. It is very important that we keep the engine cool, not let it get very hot. So this is part of our through experience we can learn, but the important thing is that we should maintain the good level of coolant, and we should keep the engine safe, otherwise it's just going to melt. Here we were trying to remove the water from the coolant circulation, and here you can see that we are flushing out water so that we can put the real coolant inside the engine part. So the lesson from this incident is that we should never ignore the coolant of our car engines. If the car engine gets heated up, it will quickly melt all the parts in the engine, because the temperature inside the combustion chamber can go in the range of 2000 degrees Celsius, which is very high, and the metal parts such as piston and the cylinder are exposed to temperatures in the range of 300 to 600 degrees Celsius. So at this kind of temperature, the metal alloy which is used for making cylinder and the piston will melt. So, and once this melting happens, we will completely lose the engine. To avoid this very dangerous situation, we should always make sure that the coolant tank has enough coolant, and also we should open the vent and see if the coolant is inside the circulation. But if the engine is still getting hot despite the fact that you have enough coolant in the tank, in that case there might be some blockage in the circuit. So we should check if there is any blockage. So you should get it checked by a mechanic. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you learned something new. Thank you.